Then we loot the supply stockpile, and the only reason I'm talking is to fill dead air, just in case I get... Oh, I saw the... Wait, okay, we got a legendary drop. Okay, so I've been running a lot of different builds to be as knowledgeable as possible for New World Aeternum, and there's a lot of different things you need. Harnessing, if you're running Elemental, you also need to find perks for your weapons. Those can be tricky to get, but you really need Enchanted Ward, so you just take less damage, and... along the way, maybe you pick up some luck, maybe you ignore it because it's hard to get with everything you want. Let's build out a luck set and see how it goes. So we need to start off with the equipment where if you get Enchanted Ward luck, take it. And then you put a pearl in, and that's good. That's also where problems start to arise because you're not going to have the durability of an onyx or a diamond. And you can't have rune glass pearls, which makes things extra weird. So we are losing a lot of damage resistance immediately, and depending on your gear, it's like, oh, you don't have luck Enchanted Ward, but you want to run luck? Sucks to be you. Oh, getting luck Enchanted Ward and a perk ability? Good luck with that. So yeah, you just kind of take luck, hope for the best, get some conditioning on it, that's good. And then shields can have luck. And certain weapons can have luck, and you can slot pearls into them. So then we're losing retaliate damage, we're losing all kinds of other things, but at least we're very lucky. And why do we want to have luck at all? So luck in New World is very complicated, but the big takeaway is you want as much luck as possible to get the best odds of getting the most expensive items in the game. These are trophy ingredients or incredibly rare furniture, and there's guides to getting incredibly rare furniture, which is just insane. You have the elite furniture pool at 1 in 20,000 chance, but getting any individual piece can be 1 in hundreds of thousands of odds or millions of odds, and then you have to use calculators to kind of figure out what your chances are, and then the more luck you have, the more powerful it is because of how these loot tables work. So if I'm running around with pretty much no luck, just maybe some points from bags, or I always have some luck food going, it's going to be 1 in tens of thousands of odds I end up getting a super ultra mega rare item. But then if you max out your luck, or you just put in more luck, you're going to see the odds get very favorable very quick. So a 50% increase to our base luck value is going to make it a third more likely to appear, and that also kind of scales with crazy amounts of luck gear. So again, you have to take trade-offs, and it can be hard to get the luck gear you want, but then when you go and max it out, that means it's going to be really good. Also, loot that drops from enemies is going to be more common, so you can use that for profit and other drops and stuff. And then like at super duper maxed out luck, oh, now it's 1 in 3,000. So we go from 6% to 60%, and that cuts it from 33,000 to 3,300 for these items. And then same thing for items like the loaded dice, where maxed out luck makes it 1 in 1,300, whereas it gets much, much worse without the crazy amounts of luck. So effective base chance is like 1 in 18,000. And then a lot of items on loot tables are just not possible to get until you have a base level of luck. So you need a minimum of 11% luck to get the Ancient Glob of Ectoplasm. Now this kind of like shows mining drop rates, but it also works for other drop rates and stuff. So if we hit the minimum, it's like 1 in 3,000, but then we can kind of stack as much luck bonus as possible, and that makes it, 1 in 100 for mining loot with the mining luck and stuff like that, and it gets super duper common from there. I was trying to look for enemy drop chances, but I couldn't find them because Corrupted dropped these and people like farming it because Ancient Glob is valuable. But it just kind of shows like if you get a lot of luck, you can do a lot of different farming for a lot of different items for everything. So yeah, having 50% luck doesn't make it 50% more likely or twice as likely that you're going to find an item. It makes it 10 times more likely or even more in some situations. And that's where things get kind of weird. So it's like, oh, it's worth putting in the pearls because that could lead to multiple more drops if you can actually survive with it. Now we do have Blood Drinker, keeps us immortal. Do you put luck on the Blood Drinker instead of Keen Awareness? You can, if you want to be that crazy. I think you might want some physical absorption or like some kind of absorption, but maybe not. Maybe you just go all in on luck, and then by converting this Blood Drinker into a full luck ring, you're pretty safe. You got that good sustain going in to make up for your lack of potential damage depending on your weapon, and then other sources because you don't have rune glass anymore. It's like, yeah, you can go crazy. You're going to want as many luck trophies as you can get. You also pretty much want a perma-defiled rabbit's foot, depending on like the events and the availability for that, or the other items that give luck. The Springtime Dram, for example, will overwrite attribute food, so that's a problem, but the defiled rabbit's foot doesn't. And then there's also the roasted turkey leg, so anything that's going to be luck-based, like chest looting or farming drops from enemies, you're going to want to get in on that. And there's also some other weird interactions, because even though you, like, put away your weapon when you loot a chest, if you have a shield out, it counts your weapon luck according to infamous Amazon forum replies from, like, developers. The idea is, if you can find luck, take it. If you can still perform without the other benefits of other perks, then it's just a complete benefit. And if you get crazy amounts of luck, it can actually be super duper worth it. And that's also what this video is out to test. And that's what this video is testing. Is it worth investing into luck? Like, do you just take every Enchanted Ward luck piece, hold on to it until you can get the max upgrade? Bro, I wanted to fight the alligators, and this dude is getting in my way because I wanted to see if there was any kind of difference as a solo player in full luck gear. And as you can see, with the Odo, with the Blood Drinker, we're doing just fine. And the Odo is also going to give us eventually Refreshing Move and Lifestealing, making this easier. And the Odo is very easy to get and very easy to level up. We're doing it right now. So that's kind of like the idea where, oh yeah, and is there even a trade-off to some kind of degree? Sometimes not, and that's the interesting point. So I don't really feel too much worse off here, and I'm just, again, trying to get my Odo stacked, and then we can use it to test in other areas where you want to do luck farming, because there's all kinds of different interactions and ways that this goes. Now, when you're dealing with luck gear and you're trying to get enchanted on it and specific stuff to make it somewhat more efficient, you just kind of take what you get. Like, okay, we end up with some focus. That's good on flail scaling. I am now a flail believer after my experimentation and leveling and making guides for this game. Flail, just the best with shield, and then there's other crazy things you do. Max out strength, put in focus. Actually, constitution is the extra stat we don't really care too much for, depending on our gear. So, like, less constitution, more focus. That's cool. Depending on our gear, we don't need the intelligence. I just like the crit chance on dexterity. And that's it. That's all we need. Weapon mastery. Check out my guides. Yeah, those are level 70 elite alligators, and we just punched right through them. Neat. And then we got our Odo a little bit more progress. Also, luck is interesting when it comes to gear drops because it's not a factor in determining the rarity of a non-named item. So more luck will not roll for a legendary item. However, it does give you a higher chance of getting an item drop in the first place, which can then roll for gear score and perks. So luck improves your odds of getting gear, but not that the gear will be rare. But then named weapons, resources, recipes, schematics, trade skill armor, that's very significant. Trophy materials, and then armor from expedition bosses is what gets rolled against. Also, you get gear from chests. So if you're looting elite and stockpiles, which is also another thing because there's going to be different kind of gear that you want to roll for depending on the chest. So we just have like supply stockpiles. This is where you get loaded dice. This is where you get better loot than the regular like caches that are hanging around in the places. So you want to go for these stockpiles specifically, and then depending on the run and the area, if you're level 55 plus, that's how you get loaded dice. And I believe stacked deck is 35 plus, and that's why people do Weaver's Fin runs for the chest, and there's different stockpiles that you can find there. Tier 2 stockpiles in Weaver's Fin will have those chances, and the more luck you have, the better the odds of getting a stacked deck are going to be, but you can also get other furniture trophy drops that are worth money as well. And then in my guides, I've been showing off the attuned leather pants because you just get them and they give you a lot of stats and they help round out builds or help you with attribute distribution. However, Void Dark Plate, if you're going for luck, you need to get those stats back. 20% armor value, Enchanted Ward, Physical Aversion, and you can put luck on it. That's the play. And it feels like you put a pearl and you're not really sacrificing too much. So that's like the modern Giga Void Bent play right there. If you can get that, just turn that into your luck set and run around with it. So I could spend my time and finish upgrading the Odo, except we're on late stage Legacy server, so there's kind of no point. I don't think I need it upgraded with my current gear score. But again, like Odo, maxing it out, running around with that is going to be pretty powerful. And you can't put a gem socket on it, but you maybe put luck instead of like mortal empower or something if you want to be that crazy. So yeah, let's go out to Shattered Mountain for that supply stockpile run, because this is almost infinitely loopable, and even better if you pick up a couple of faction missions. So it's good for leveling up faction reputation, getting faction tokens, and then you hit the stockpiles in the area that we showed on the map. You can also consult the map for yourself, and then run around to a couple other areas. So depending on world tours for elite chest runs and other high-level content, this is kind of where you can dial it back and just farm chests for yourself. If you don't get any desirable faction missions, that's fine. You just cancel them and then try again in a few minutes, and you're going to be like running around anyways. So yeah, let's just do some pulls and get some stuff. So even though I'm level 65 and almost maxed out gear score, this is still a good place because of the abundance of easily accessible stockpiles that aren't only elite chests and stuff. So we can do a pull, we can get all the people. There's also different areas that the chests are going to be in. Some of these camps have 1, other camps have 2. It's also good because you're farming the drops from these enemies as well, and that can give you some decent stuff. And as long as like you're surviving and succeeding, that's going to be a thing. So yeah, we have an alchemy stockpile here, which is good. Like you don't only need to do the regular stockpiles. Then we can just kind of open up, do some damage, and then wreck these fools. And if we don't die and we're staying super healthy, then it's working out just fine. And then we're able to farm all of this stuff with no cost or drawback. And that goes into my leveling guide and my tips and tricks guide, so watch those if you haven't. Also become a member, and then you get access to the guides early. Like, comment, subscribe, YouTube shilling. You just want to get max level as soon as possible, and the story is designed to be single player, which is why the game has been soft rebranded to an ARPG, even though it's still an MMORPG. But yeah, hit level 65, get 600 plus gear score for free, get some artifacts, and then your life gets really easy. And boom, just like that, we can loot stockpiles. Another stockpile in the other camp. These guys can be tricky, but that's also why Enchanted Ward is really good. And then you can just kind of wreck people, but try not to get perma-staggered. As you can see, these guys do hurt. They do damage, so you might not be able to like pull all of them initially. If you have friends, if other people are farming, it just gets easier. So that's also another benefit of the luck gear. Like, oh, if other people are around, you're not really at a disadvantage. And then we get loot drops and gear that way. If we had life stealing or refreshing move on our Odo, everything is just better. Other perks as well. Then we loot the supply stockpile, and the reason I'm talking is to fill dead air, just in case I get... Oh, I saw the... Wait, okay, we got a legendary drop, which is just great anyways. I saw the orange, I thought we actually got, like, the stack deck, which would have been wacky. But, we just got a almost 700 gear score in Shattered Mountain, because our luck is so maxed out right now. So I'm guessing on, like, enemy drops are not going to be enhanced, but the drops here with luck through a stockpile, I think stockpile drops are enhanced, like more legendaries if you have more luck, or something just got proved here. I don't know. Doesn't have great perks, but that's crazy. And that's also why you want 50-60% luck instead of whatever luck, and then better gear for just like peak damage optimization, since you don't need anything better in this place. God, and that's another thing about it. I was just going to do that and move on to the next part of this video for like other drops and luck, but now I gotta hit up some other stockpiles, guys. The loot box is too strong when you're capped on luck. Also, I should be swapping to my sword. So that's another thing about like luck, is that if you have a weapon that has luck, you put in a pearl and then you can swap to that and still get the full luck, and it's pretty good. And then there's other kinds of stockpiles where if this pops a rare recipe or some kind of food thing, then that means you're just getting more and more profit to offset potential gear costs or loss of efficiency. Oh, I just realized I'm out of honing stones, so I'm also not playing at maximum peak performance. It just means like drink more potions, use some more regeneration serums, hopefully get the money back depending on the cost of the serum and how things are going. If you have an ability, like your heart rune, you should use it where it's like, ah, yes, I will just go stone form. And we are still immortal in many situations, and hopefully everything is just fine in this pool, even though we're weaker. And it just kind of like chains into itself as well, because more loot drops means like more chances for upgrades, more chances to get gear you can sell and do really well with. And I think like even purple, just enchanted ward luck gear with good stats, like you can just still post that for a lot of money or use it yourself if it's a significant gear increase. I am a little disappointed though, because I was hoping for like a giga drop, but we did get crafting materials from that, so kind of showing like we're hitting that table a bit more often, which is nice. So yeah, luck is weird. On the surface, it's just get more luck, but also it's kind of like, hey, if you have really good weapons and stuff and you pay attention to my guides, then you can max out your proficiency. That means you can kind of have weaker gear because it has luck stats on it, but then that means you can get a lot more cool stuff, and then that changes a lot about how your game plays out and stuff like that. Also, you should just have a luck set. Like, anytime you get luck and it's more luck, just put it into some kind of gear set, because there's other people that play this game, and if you're doing any kind of large runs or something, you're going to want to just go into your luck and then clean up all the loot when other people are fighting enemies and stuff. So yeah, we don't have like the super duper mega giga damage from having like arcane harnessing on our gear. We're taking a bit more damage, so we are more reliant on the blood drinker, on our heart rune. But again, like if you aren't in this stage of the game, you just make smaller pools, you know, and then you can clear out slower, but then your loot is more powerful, so it's okay that you're getting like less chances at drops and less KOs, because if it takes you twice as long but gives you 10 times the luck odds, probably doing just fine. This is still going pretty good on the clear out. And there's our ancient glob of ectoplasm, so that's a nice little drop to get. Anything in the alchemy stockpile? Wow. Okay, we got a fat moat drop right there. And even before you get a super cracked out luck set, you can just have all luck, all pearl gear in like a quick bind for your gear set. Pop that for elite chest runs, or if you come to a place and some group is already clearing everything out for you, or you just do like group content, yeah, then just play optimally and you get a lot of really good stuff. Ooh, it looks like we got another glob of ectoplasm. Really need to justify it, even though you kind of don't at this point with the guide. Like, more luck better. If my efficiency doesn't go down, then there's no reason to not have it. We're still doing fine, even in some, like, somewhat dangerous packs, because the blood drinker is super broken. So I went through a lot of situations. Hey, look at that. Boom. Oh, and we also got a schematic. Nice. Or, blueprint. So yeah, just want more of those. And through a lot of testing and stuff, we were able to bring it together, which is why you need to like, comment, subscribe for the best New World content. And then you check out my build guides, and then you succeed because you didn't know you could do all these cool things inside of the game. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.